In Afghanistan, doctors have told the BBC that there is a catastrophic mental health crisis, particularly among women and girls, and they report a sharp increase in the cases of suicide. The United Nations has also raised concerns about the latest trends. BBC's Yogita Lime has travelled to different parts of Afghanistan with colleagues Imogen Anderson and Sanjay Ganguly to investigate what is going on.
I just want someone to hear my voice. I'm in pain, and I'm not the only one. Most of the girls in my class have had suicidal thoughts. We are all suffering from depression and anxiety.
In her 20s, this Afghan student told us why she tried to end her life. We're hiding her identity to protect her.
Going to university and meeting my friends was the only comfort and happiness I had in my life. When it was banned, I started spending a lot of time alone at home with just one thought on my mind, that nothing was ever going to be okay again. One night I tried to take my own life.
Her words give an insight into a less visible yet urgent crisis facing Afghanistan, particularly its women. In a patriarchal society, especially one worn out by a long war, 1 in 2 people, most of them women, suffered from mental health issues even before the Taliban took over. Now, experts tell us the situation is worse than ever before.
I'm really sorry for your loss. Can you tell us what happened?
We spoke to the father of a girl who took her own life on the first day of the new school term this year. He's in a remote province.
Till that day, she had believed that the schools would eventually reopen. But when it didn't happen, she couldn't cope. She became extremely distressed and took her own life.
What impact has it had on you and your family?
Our life has been destroyed. Nothing means anything to me or to my wife anymore. We are at the lowest we have ever been.
5 other families also told us their daughters killed themselves for similar reasons. We started looking into this issue because we saw an increasing number of articles in the local news reporting suicides from different parts of the country. Partly because of the stigma associated with it, and partly because the Taliban aren't recording numbers, official figures aren't available. In the absence of that, we've been speaking to families in different provinces who've lost loved ones to suicide in recent months. We've spoken to people who've attempted to take their own lives. We've seen recent research that suggests 2/3 of Afghan adolescents, mostly female but also male, are suffering from depression in parts of the country. And we've asked numerous mental health professionals to give us their assessment of the scale of the crisis. We met this teenage girl in the presence of her psychologist, who's been treating her since she tried to take her own life.
Staying at home without an education or a future, it feels ridiculous. I feel exhausted and indifferent to everything. Education is the only hope we had, and it's been taken away from us. There is nothing left for us now.
Don't worry.
And the reason was like that I always had...
Hundreds of miles away, this is one of the psychologists we met. She receives 7 to 10 new calls for help each day.
We have pandemic of suicidal thoughts, mental health issues in Afghanistan, which rarely people think of, which rarely people talk about. It's like as you are slow poisoned, we are like this.
She said the economic crisis is another major reason, and men are also affected. The Taliban didn't respond to questions about a surge in suicides since they took power. For the first time in 40 years, no part of this country is at war, but its people are not at peace. Yogita Limay, BBC News, Kabul.